building wealth, it can feel kind of overwhelming,
Yeah.
especially when you're starting out with very little.
Yeah, for sure.
But what if I told you that the same principles, that apply to street hustling could actually be applied to investing?
Really?
That's what we're diving into today
Okay.
with Wallstreet Trapper.
Okay.
His story is pretty amazing. It's about turning struggle into success. And we're going to try to extract the key lessons that you can use to start building your own financial future.
That's pretty fascinating, taking these street smarts and applying it to, finance. Makes it a lot more relatable for people who might be intimidated by investing.
Exactly. And we're going to unpack his insights from this, really powerful Motiversity interview,
Okay.
focusing on how he went from, difficult childhood to financial freedom.
Right.
And how this, his unique perspective can help you build wealth, even if you're starting small.
Love it.
Ready to get inspired.
Let's do it.
All right. So, Wallstreet Trapper's early life was, tough, to say the least. Can you imagine witnessing your mom being shot in front of you at 9 years old?
Oh, wow.
That kind of trauma, it can have a lasting impact.
Absolutely.
And he talks about growing up, surrounded by poverty, violence, instability.
Right.
He saw his mother struggling, involved with drugs and crime.
Yeah.
And she eventually ends up in prison.
Oh, wow.
And then by 14, he was homeless,
Uh,
living in survival mode.
it's like, how do you even come back from that?
Yeah. It'd be easy to assume that, with that background, someone might be destined to repeat those patterns.
Mhm.
But Wallstreet Trapper, he had this burning desire for something different.
Yeah.
He knew he wanted more out of life.
Yeah.
And despite the odds, he never gave up on that dream.
Yeah.
At 16, he ended up in prison himself,
Oh, wow.
one of the toughest in the U.S.
That's rough.
Yeah. And it was there, in solitary confinement, that chance encounter. It changed everything.
Okay.
He met a cellmate who introduced him to the concept of wealth building.
That's crazy. Like a prison cell being like the birthplace of financial awakening, kind of.
It's incredible, right? Yeah, this cellmate kind of opened his eyes to this different way of thinking.
Yeah.
Moving from a mindset of survival to thinking about long-term wealth, about ownership.
So thinking about a lot of people spend their lives just working for money.
Yeah.
Right. Trading time for a paycheck. But he's saying wealthy people, they don't do that.
Right.
They make money work for them.
Exactly. But here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
Even after gaining this knowledge, Wallstreet Trapper ended up, back on the streets,
Oh, wow.
falling back into old patterns.
Right.
He even admits to getting caught up in drug dealing again,
You're really?
even after knowing there was a better way.
So it just goes to show that knowledge isn't enough. You got to apply it,
Exactly. You have to take action.
Action. Yeah.
It's a common trap.
Yeah.
We read books, listen to podcasts, attend seminars, but if we don't put those lessons into practice, they're just words.
It's true.
Yeah. It was a harsh lesson for Wallstreet Trapper, but ultimately it led to a major breakthrough.
Okay.
He realized he needed this fundamental shift, in his mindset.
Got it.
He calls it finally exiting average reality, or fear,
Fear. Okay.
which is basically about breaking free from that poverty mindset,
Yeah.
from that belief that you're destined to struggle financially.
All right.
He realized that generational poverty wasn't just a financial problem. It was a way of thinking.
It's a mindset.
Yeah, this set of limiting beliefs that keeps people trapped
Yeah.
in that cycle of scarcity.
And he saw this reflected in the communities he came from, right?
Yeah, there was this sense of hopelessness, a belief that success was for other people.
Not for them.
Yeah. He even shares a story about a young man that he mentored who'd been told his whole life that the world didn't want to see people like him succeed.
Oh, wow. Can you imagine carrying that weight?
It's heartbreaking, but it's also a wake-up call, I think, for all of us.
Yeah,
What limiting beliefs are we holding on to?
Right.
What negative messages have we internalized about ourselves?
About money.
About money, yeah.
About success.
Yeah. And Wallstreet Trapper, he challenges this head on.
Mm-hmm.
He uses this really powerful analogy about Kobe Bryant scoring 81 points in a game.
Really?
Yeah, he says, booze don't block dunks.
What's that mean?
No matter how much opposition you face, if you're good enough, if you put in the work, you can achieve incredible things.
Right.
And he applies that same logic to investing. People cannot want you to succeed all they want. But if you outinvest them, they can't stop you.
So it's about taking control.
Yeah, taking control of your financial future, regardless of, outside negativity or those limiting beliefs.
I love that. So how do you start to shift that mindset?
Well, he believes it begins with ownership.
Okay. He learned that the key to wealth isn't just about, having money.
Right.
It's about owning assets that generate wealth.
I see.
And this is where his background really comes into play. He compares a good business to a good hustler.
Okay.
They both need a great product.
Yeah.
Consistent clientele.
Makes sense.
And a competitive edge.
Right.
He calls this edge a moat.
A moat.
Yeah, it's a term that Warren Buffett made popular.
Okay.
It's that unique factor that sets a business apart from
Yes.
its competitors and protects its profits.
I see.
You can think of it like this.
Okay.
A moat around a castle, it makes it harder to attack.
Right.
So a company with a strong moat,
Yeah.
it's going to be less vulnerable to competition.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we figure out if a company has a strong moat?
Well, he talks about things like brand recognition,
Okay.
a loyal customer base, or unique technology or patents.
I see.
For example,
Yeah.
think about Apple.
Okay.
Their brand is so strong that people are willing to pay a premium for their products.
Yeah, they are.
That's a moat.
Okay. I like how he compares a company's brand recognition to, like, a hustler's reputation on the street. Yeah, because, like, a solid reputation.
Makes or breaks you.
Yeah, it can make or break you in that world and in the business world.
Definitely.
A strong brand.
It attracts customers.
Yeah, and it keeps them coming back.
For sure.
He even talks about how companies paying dividends is like a hustler collecting street tax
That's a good
for
one.
operating in a certain territory.
Love it.
Okay, can you break that down for me? What are dividends?
Yeah, so dividends are payments that companies make to their shareholders,
Okay.
usually on a quarterly basis.
Oh,
It's basically like sharing the profits.
I see. So by owning stock in a company that pays dividends,
Yep.
you're essentially getting like a regular stream of income.
That's right.
Okay,
That's on top of any potential growth in the value of the stock itself.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and this is where Wallstreet Trapper really challenges the traditional way of thinking about money.
Okay.
He criticizes banks for offering, such low interest rates on savings accounts,
Yeah.
pointing out that you can earn much higher returns by investing in the stock market.
So he sees banks as the middlemen.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
They're profiting off of people's lack of financial knowledge.
I see.
So he encourages people to become their own plug, so to speak,
Okay.
to go directly to the source of wealth creation.
And he believes that's the stock
Oh,
market.
that's what he believes, yeah.
But how do you even get started with investing if you don't have a lot of money?
Yeah, that's a really common concern.
Yeah.
He addresses that head on.
Okay.
He says, start where you are.
Okay.
You don't need a fortune to begin investing.
Right.
He started by investing just $25 a week.
$25 a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Proving that you can build wealth gradually.
So, like, slow and steady wins the race. Kinda.
Yeah. He compares it to building a house brick by brick.
Okay.
Every dollar you invest is another brick in your financial foundation.
Love that analogy.
The key is consistency.
Okay.
You got to build the habit
Right.
and understand the process.
Right. So what if someone's feeling overwhelmed
Yeah.
by all the different investment options out there?
Right.
I mean, there's so much information to process.
He recommends starting with index funds.
Index funds. Okay. Can you explain what those are?
Sure. An index fund is like a basket of stocks that tracks a specific market index.
Okay.
Like the S&P 500.
Right.
So instead of trying to pick individual stocks,
Yeah.
which can be risky,
Yeah, definitely.
you're essentially investing in a diversified portfolio of companies.
So it's a way to, like, spread the risk.
Exactly.
Right.
And potentially benefit from the overall growth of the market.
I like that. It feels less intimidating
For sure.
than trying to become a stock-picking expert
Definitely.
overnight.
Yeah.
He also emphasizes the importance of, like, understanding business cycles and global events.
Right.
He says that investing has made him more aware of what's happening in the world,
Yeah.
how different economies are interconnected,
It's all connected.
and how those events can impact the market.
It's like connecting the dots
Yeah.
and making informed decisions.
That's really interesting. It's like investing becomes this lens
Yeah,
through which you can view the world.
for sure.
You start paying attention to news, trends,
Yeah.
economic indicators that
Absolutely.
you might have ignored before.
Right.
And he's not just talking theory here.
No.
He's living proof that these principles work.
Exactly.
I mean, he went from being homeless and incarcerated
Yeah.
to building a life of financial freedom through investing.
It's a pretty remarkable story.
Yeah, it's a powerful reminder that no matter where you start,
Right.
with the right mindset,
Mindset is key.
knowledge, and action.
You can achieve your financial goals.
You can achieve your financial goals. I mean, it's amazing he's taken his street smarts and applied them to the stock market.
Yeah.
He's really like demystifying investing and making it accessible to people who might have felt excluded before.
Yeah, and what I find really powerful is that he doesn't shy away from his past at all. He openly talks about his struggles, his setbacks, the times he made mistakes.
Even after learning about investing.
Yeah, even after he knew better, you know?
It makes him so relatable.
Absolutely.
He's not presenting himself as some kind of financial guru. Who has it all figured out.
Like he's got all the answers.
Right, exactly.
He's been in the trenches, you know?
He's been there.
And come out the other side.
Yeah.
It just shows that it's a process.
It's a journey.
A journey with ups and downs.
Yeah, for sure.
And he stresses the importance of continuous learning.
Yeah.
He encourages everyone to find mentors, seek out knowledge.
Right.
Never stop learning.
Yeah, and he also emphasizes that need to take action.
Absolutely.
Just get in the gym, he says.
Love that.
Don't wait for the perfect moment.
Right.
Or until you have a ton of money.
Just start.
Yeah, start small, build the habit.
That's it.
And let that momentum carry you forward.
For sure.
He's a big believer in the power of ownership.
Yeah.
The key to wealth is through ownership.
He said that.
It's not just about having money.
Right.
It's about owning assets that generate wealth.
Exactly.
Like stocks, real estate, or businesses.
Yeah, those things that actually put money in your pocket.
Yeah, and he contrasts this with like simply holding cash.
Yeah, which actually loses value over time.
Because of inflation.
Right. Inflation eats away at your savings.
Exactly.
So he encourages everyone to shift their mindset from spending to owning.
Yeah, I like that.
Be an active participant in the economy.
Be a part of it.
Don't just let it happen to you.
Yeah, he even challenges people to think about the products and services they use every day.
Right.
And consider owning a piece of those companies.
Yeah, I love that idea.
It's a brilliant way to connect investing with like daily life.
Totally.
It doesn't feel so abstract or intimidating.
Right. It's like, I use this product. I like this company. Yeah. Why not own a little piece of it?
Exactly.
Give a part of their success.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Wallstreet Trapper's insights, what's like the key takeaway you hope our listeners walk away with?
I think for me, it's that financial success is attainable, no matter where you start.
It's possible.
It's possible. Yeah, it's about shifting your mindset.
Believing in yourself.
Taking action.
It's a journey.
It's a journey, not a destination.
I love that. It's about reclaiming your financial future.
And taking control.
Building a life of abundance.
And Wallstreet Trapper's story.
Yeah.
It's proof that it's possible.
It's inspiring.
Yeah.
Before we sign off, I want to leave our listeners with a challenge.
Okay, I like it.
Wallstreet Trapper talked about, owning a piece of the companies you admire or use regularly.
Right.
So think of one company that fits that description for you.
Yeah.
Do a little research, learn about their stock.
It could be your first investment.
Yeah. It could be that first step on your path.
To financial freedom.
Love
it.
Remember, building wealth is a marathon.
Not a sprint.
Not a sprint. Start small.
Stay consistent.
And never stop learning.
And remember Wallstreet Trapper's words.
Oh, yeah.
People cannot want you to succeed all they want. But if you outinvest them, they can't stop you.
Powerful words.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
Until next time, keep learning.
Keep growing.
And keep investing in yourself.